afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacaster. I'm your host, Imperial Dane, Master Propaganda, Hero of Psych, Defender of the Fatherland. Off here to an exciting 2 vs 2 on Poltava. Yes, indeed. That historic site where the Swedes got beaten good. A sacred day in Denmark. A sacred place. Anyways, also a day, obviously. Perhaps not, but it should be. It should be. Any great Swedish defeat should be considered a national holiday in Denmark. If I ever get in power, I'll make it so. Anyways, we got Stark versus Sully fun here for the King and Country and the Americans. Rolling out here with the combined 6th armor backed up by the 7th armored division. Also note any sort of weird background sounds is most likely going to be my cat purring. You know, Basil. So yeah, just a heads up. Apparently there's someone else like previously like, there's a weird background sound. It sounds like something, you know, pleasant and nice. Like a cat purring, but I hate cats. So no, just, yeah, if there's anything like that, it's Basil purring. He's a nice little fluffy kitten, for the most part. In the north, we got Fireandterror and Thoton fighting here for the German army, Deutschland. Rolling out here with the elite Panzer Division, noting here Sully's constraint for infantry. We got double rifle here for Sully, double section of the universal carrier here for Stark. Some aggressive infantry play here with some vehicular backup. Double full screens to back up the Sturmpioneers for Thoton. And for Fireandterror, we got double grenadiers and the MG42. We got assault support, Storm and Jaeger infantry, Luftwaffe elite armored and breakthrough versus Commando mobile assault and special weapons here. Poltava Rapney in the center. Basil popping in front of the microphone with his fluffy little body. Thankfully, he's mostly stopped trying to chew on the cables now, which is a positive. Then is flying restorations here in the east field point there, being secured by the MG42. Fireandterror so far, not moving towards us into so much, they're leaving most of the fighting so far for Thoton. The Fulton is of course are kind of suited for it. Obviously he's going to have to support, but right now both allies are making a rush here for the centre victory point, trying to establish superiority in that way, trying to establish, I would say, a flow control of the map, because to an extent, like, while the centre might not offer the resources, to the extent if you control the centre, you can sort of control more the direction of the rest of your forces, but obviously, if you can't do anything with it, ultimately, in the long term, it's not going to matter much, because ultimately, though, your tanks need fuel to run, not centre victory. But got here, big push here, Fulton not being outmaneuvered by the rifle, got Steam Pod, sporty, cutting down the rifle, Ned University, they're charging through, displacing the Sturmpioneers, ruining their cover as well there, bold move there by Stark, good teamwork there by Stark and Sully, who I believe are actually regular 2 vs 2 teammates, and we find Terra and Thoton also like to work together quite a bit. In fact, they've got the same initials now, which I'm guessing stands for Terror Roosters. Yes, Terror Roosters. Dun dun dun. And no, I'm not going to say another name for the rooster. Shame on you, you perverts. Your mothers would be ashamed if they weren't already, I'm sure, disappointed in your existences. But of course, you can redeem yourself by regularly watching the Propagandacast. Bit of skirmishing here, convenience moving up, machine gun repositioning here so far. Fireandterror trying to bottle up the Americans and the British here. In the centre, grenades moving in, we got section opening up on them, they'll need to retreat them soon. Bit of skirmishing here and there. Back at the base, we got Sturm Panzer medical kits, we got like Kedden F out here up to the universal carrier. As for Fireandterror, we get nothing further there. Machine gun handling away. From inside the house, can't quite foot. Oh, we got the Wasp up. That's going to be retreat here for the MG42. I mean, a very good pick here by Stark in a particular map like this with a lot of critical buildings. Getting the Wasp out is going to be absolutely great for dying it to the Germans. A good play there. Then we got a sprint. We got Storm here from Fireandterror. Going to use the Russian Musket and double Panther Fausting it, completely throwing off Stark here as it gets super Fausted. Going to use the need to retreat as they're standing out in the bloody fire and they are slowly burning up horribly, which is obviously not very good for the long-term survival. In the east here, creation sneaking up, they take advantage of Fireandterror. Thoton's focus on the centre now. Again, they sort of drag everything towards the centre. They're quick switching around this, so who knows, it could even been a big bait and switch there from the Allies to first push for the centre, and then once the Germans, you know, began pulling everything around the centre, they then rushed the resources on the east and the western sides, in which case, clever play. Oh, slight misclick there by Fireandterror. Almost losing his MG42 there, which would be quite critical in the early game. Quite unfortunate there to lose. Where did that cat go? Oh well. MG42 there being pulled back. Up here we got healing enforcement going on for Thoton. Trucks most likely getting the mechanized range. Got take up here as well. Fireandterror. Most of the German lines are quite now more or less abandoned. We got mortar take out here for Sully. Very nasty pick there, can be quite good at disabling German machine gun positions thanks to the white phosphorus barrels. We can just mostly shut down most German defences easily. Plus, due to its high mobility, it can be very difficult to hunt down, so it can be a real thorn in the side in the hands of the right player. I certainly personally dislike having to go up against it in those situations. Back here, though, like to make a nice company up. We got a big counter-attack here from Fireandterror down the east. He's trying against Sully, who is a bit thinly spread out. He's digging in out with sandbags. Very good play there. More rifling up support here in the west. British are holding up here. Thoton is not trying to exert much pressure in the west. They're far west. You're going to try and hit the points here, harass, force away Stark here from the centre, maybe up some other paths, but seems like Thoton is a bit more centre bound at the moment. In the east, Fireandterror making slow progress, but nothing big so far. Sully moving up support here. We got the mortar backing up Stark in the centre. Gonna do some wrapping, got grenade off here, so very early grenade take as well for Sully. Very nasty, but also very potent. It has briefly sort of slowed off for some players, but still are plenty of American players who do like to go for the grenades, as they are still really potent against 4-man infantry squads, which the Wehrmacht very conveniently has. And there's the close being marked. There they go, falls on the way. Kinda like it feels like here by him, I guess, though. Sully does have plenty of munitions for grenades, though, of course. He might be setting up here for the brown light machine guns, of course, are quite a nasty little combo with the grenades. That way you don't have to spend resources getting both bars and grenade upgrades. You just get, the brown light machine upgrades, get one in each squad, which to an extent can long-term be more economical, and then you still have plenty of munitions to go for the grenades. So they sort of go hand in hand. AC moving up here for start. Backing up here, the mortar attack, making it further difficult for the Germans to actually just hone in on the mortar attack and taking it out here if he just keeps it around there closely. Very nasty combo there. We'll have to see how the Germans try and respond to this very nasty motorized menace. Mines being laid down. He's basically hoping to bait something in and take it out. We'll have to see if it works out though for the Germans. In these third point secured here by the Pioneers. Resecured here as well. No ambush camouflage up yet here for Fireandterror. Probably doesn't have the munitions for it. They might have gone to other things like light machine guns. And I imagine medic bunkers. Yes, indeed. Interesting choice here. One's going for medic bunkers and battle group headquarters. Like, theoretically could have placed it around here, in which case could have supported both of them more easily. So, I don't know. Just a bit of an oddity there. But, oh well. Either way, having, of course, both sides for medics could, of course, also pay off nicely. But, it's a small note there. Yes, I would say the distance fits up for it nicely. Thoton there with a flak half tag out to 251.17. Mortar fire raining down on the Germans. They're trying to push through here. Not looking too fun. So far, the mortar half tag is mostly just put more psychological pressure while doing some damage. No real casualties as of yet. Of course, at some point they are going to begin piling up here. Fireandterror with his own mortar. Can this almost taken out, and there go first 2 kills for the mortar half tag. And of course, the brown light machine gun rifle further putting pressure on the Germans. Yes, they are quite potent. Sturmpionier doing what they can. We got them AC flanking it from the other side, going straight for the flak after a Kednev setting back. Ooh, might push too far here. Gets Panther fast, falls back behind the smoke screen. Very good work. Aircraft advancing under cover machine gun fire. Sadly, it's the enemy machine guns fire, so they're not going much further than that. Flak after taking up support here. Pioneers with the right from down south. Some heavy assaults going on here from the Allies, trying to clear out the German-held village in the centre. Pioneers are about to get wiped out, though. A bit of a O extension there by Fireandterror. No, looks. We got the rifle and they're focusing up with the brown light machine guns, and that should. No, so close there. But in the end, no dice there for Fireandterror. Black half tech doing the cannon with heavy firepower, laying down that 2cm flak fire. West side there being pushed up. Again, Thoton I feel like needs to try and flank and maneuver more. He's just trying to break down the enemy with a bit more raw force. We got a lightning thing on the way though, which will help with this a bit. Smoke of course will also be quite handy there for Thoton. Back here we got the line gun almost down there for Thoton. Tag up going for Fireandterror. Going to move ahead for the next tier. Not a bad choice at all, though I might recommend a few Panzergrenadiere or something else to back up in the meanwhile. Fuel cache could also be a handy idea to back up both him and his teammate, plus maybe protect a vital point. Smoke screen off here from Sully, and he's also gone for the pack house. It seems like Sully here is playing artillery support in a sense, at least with both the pack cards and mortars, you can be able to lay down some pretty impressive firepower. Plus the smoke screen here just, can also just psychologically know the opponent if, they're used to the opponent actually smoking, they can't see what's going on, so that leaves them further in the blind as to what's happening. So even good use of smoke can have more than one effect. Certainly sneaky and cheeky play there by Sully. Infantry though seems to not quite be following up here at the right pace on the smoke screen, but he can always lay down another one. The smoke screen's cooldown is pretty short. So it tends to be one where you're less punished, like you sort of end up throwing it a bit incorrectly too early, you can quickly follow up with it. Big push here with lots of light machine guns, Bren guns in this case from start rounds and then before two behind heavy cover, stopping up that assault nicely. Right push back here, heavy casualties piling up there for the 7th Armoured. That's the 3rd Armoured push with the Centaur strain to smoking down again. Better time this time than this case, can still attack ground, plus we've got troops moving through the smoke, pushing back the captain, but still not a bad effort. Mortar emplacement going up here, the Allies are going in very heavily with the artillery. That is mortar emplacements, mortar half-tracks, and a pack howitzer, plus theoretically if Stark ever goes for the pyrotechnic supply package, you can begin using the base howitzers as well. That is going to be some serious artillery. Plus we've got line for gun for Thoton, Fireandterror with the mortars, and possibly could also go for a howitzer. Almost got the section here with the Fultz Grenadiers. Germans losing a bit of ground here in the centre. The Panthers straggling under the ceaseless bombardment of the Allies. My God, Otto, it's the Americans, the British, they keep firing everything at us. Yeah, that's what they always do. Yeah, you're right, actually. And particularly the Americans are very fond of just firing everything they got the Germans. In fact, the Germans at one point pretty much had it figured out. So what they do is they establish these small outposts in front of their main lines. Basically, the Americans spot it, they then call in artillery. But meanwhile, as they did that, the Germans pull out of there, causing the Americans to waste artillery, and then the Germans just move back into reposition. So, some fun tactics and counter-tactics there. Rifle missiles moving up here, but still severe artillery here from the Allies against the Germans, putting some heavy pressure there. Mortars should probably reposition. And that full support needs to... Whew, close save there. That house just went down faster than Monte Casino. Once the Allies began bombarding that one. Because they thought the Germans were using it. Turns out they weren't. We got the easy move about here, opening up the Fultzman is there, pressure on the left flank. Moving up the centre right as well. Big push here from the Allies. Can the Germans resist this? Gonna do something what they can. They're slightly setting up awkwardly there. Need to get some cover there, which should make it easier for the Americans. Rifle grenade off. Nice throw there. Oh, shot. Since the rifle grenade is obviously fired from a rifle. Oh, snap! You know what? I'm not entirely sure that's the pack house, the mortar emplacement, but those grenadiers got obliterated. Leaving Fireandterror shot one infantry squad there. Quite a loss there for the German army. Brave grenadiers dying for the fatherland. AC moving up here though. Tommy's also bravely dying for king and country. Fun how they're all bravely dying, isn't it? Sturm Panthers are wiping out the section, actually annihilating them. Forces flanking up here. Ooh, if you can get off a Panther after that, we'll put the AC into the realm of not, and there we go. The AC goes kaput. Well played. Troops moving about here. Mortar in place from the cell 7 kills, 2 kills in the pack house, and the mortar after that with 4 kills. Some brutal stuff there. Fireandterror. It's got the support co-op. Can soon go for a Panzer IV. As for Thoton, we got the Schwer Panzer quarters up. He's a bit further away from any armour though. A being the orbital commanders and B the flak attack rather sort of puts a bit of dent there. But he's also pushing up here in the west fuel point. Very good. Though we got fuel caches up from Sully. Very good play there by Sully. Though of course I still feel like Fireandterror could also benefit him and his teammate with that as well. Plus the double sections with not quite double brains. Still a lot of firepower there. Well, Fireandterror there is going for the Panther IV. Panzerkampfwagen 4. As for the Allies, we got the company command post up there. As for Herr Sully, we got the battalion command post up as well. Panther IV halfway done. Good to see Thoton is now beginning to put more pressure on the left side. They're trying to hit the resources there. Probably should have done that sooner, to be honest. Men pushing up for the centre again. Undercover smoke. I really like the Sully's use of smoke there. very good to see there's some actually using smoke actually to cover the move there. I mean, it's not super advanced, like he's not doing anything more than just grabbing the point, but still, he is doing it like this, which, you know, definitely is commendable, definitely, you know, is worth paying attention to, since some early players generally don't use smoke at all, and if they do, tend to be very reactive. So seeing more active use of smoke is usually really good. Center, they're running through the German lines, gonna need the Panzer IV up there, I think. Or a Kettenwerfer too, actually several. Got the flak half take being moved up. Panzer IV moving in as well here, might get the center, they've got a 6-pounder gun backing up, and there go directed on the Panzer IV. In the east here, Fireandterror mortar under fire from the enemy mortar emplacement. Pioneers need to retreat as well here, and the eastern victory form being grabbed away. Lots of pressure here. Very dangerous situation for the German army. And the mortar crew bit the dust quite a lot here for Fireandterror. He's planning for the Howitzer. This could very well spur him into getting one, since, I mean, he probably wants some sort of artillery, in which case the Howitzer is much bigger. In this case, still managed to clear out the mortar crew. The Allied one, then grab it back. There were questions, of course, if he doesn't just get grenaded by Sully in return. Also got pack out to fire down there. Go grenade on the mortar. And wipes it again. So many explosives around that grenade, mortar. Panzer IV good to go once more for Fireandterror. Troops are reinforcing healing. And I do notice here a fuel drop with no armor going on, like tech up, so Fireandterror is going to build a howitzer. He's going to blast his way through the Allies most likely. Mortar to be repaired, heavily damaged. Another push by the Western fuel point here from Thoton. Trenches being dug here by Stark, but sadly lacks the forces to crew them. Flank half timing up, Panthers rolling up the eastern side. Fuel point being captured, not good there. Howitzer being built by Fireandterror's Pioneers. And we got the Panthers standing around the mortar emplacement. They're trying to take it down here. A decisive move here. Possibly made a decent read here on the Allies, realizing they might like turning into tank guns nearby. He's still being cautious, though he doesn't want to risk getting snared and then, you know, getting blasted, so he's quick to fall back, but even then, slows down the mortar emplacement here from Stark. Nice work. Oh, of course, it could also help you just time the barrage with it better, since if you force it to use the brace now, then once the howitzer is ready soon enough, you can then begin bombarding it without having to worry about the brace. So he might increase his chance, of course, there of just destroying it. That could very well be the move of the reason behind the Panzer IV move there as well. Just moving in to force the brace, and then as soon as the howitzer is ready, he begins blasting. We note also here the howitzer is already set up to fire directly at it, so it very much feels intentional there by Fireandterror. Jackson moving up here from Sully. Start with special weapons. First shot from the howitzer that misses brutally. Second one gets a hit there. Could have been great if it hit the sappers though. Third shot misses the mark as well. There we go. One hit there. Sadly a bit too late to get the sappers. Better late than never. And we got something called in. Looks like some aircons here from Sully to get an idea of the situation. Sappers they're getting blasted by the howitzer. 3 kills. Not bad. Not bad. Someone's corpse is spinning around there. Good God, look at that. Oh my God, that's my socks. That's what you care about, yeah. Oh snap, pack out there took getting out by the howitzer. I mean, he might not have gotten the mortar in place, but he just silenced the pack howitzer for a bit. I mean, that's pretty good there for the Germans as well. Folks, they're trying to grab the fuel point here. Thoton pushing hard up here. We've got the Panthers weather for Thoton. Very good choice here. Could resolve the Allied armour. Ooh, not the best setup there, but like Kedner's forcing a retreat there, both of them. Bit unfortunate here for Thoton. Of course, the Panthers would help. And we got a massive blob here from the Allies. Lots of brown light machine guns and Bren guns there, plus bazookas backing out there. Good God, that is a massive blob. That's the sort of stuff you see horror movies about. German ones. Das Blob. Mein Gott, Helmut, it's moving on its own. Ach nein, call zur Luftwaffe. What's it don't work? Ah, scheiße. Panzer IV, there was the Centaur, takes out a unit there. Not good for Thoton there, floats his bit of dust. Markins is also done. Panthers almost done. Thoton, by the way, is the only player left without a doctrine chosen here at the moment. Panther doing what he can. We got artillery firing down there. How's good to go once more? I imagine he's going to keep trying to take it out. Morton plating is down. Punches there by ult up for Fireandterror, very good. And tries to steal the pack out. Grand Theft Artillery. Legged Jürgen, we got him eat off. This is sink. Ambush machine gun there carrying the center, very good, very good. Firefly almost done. This is both allies will have at least one tank, so it's going to make it a bit harder there for the Panther to be fully utilised. Bomb drop in. Oh, gets the pack out of there. Almost got the centaur as well with the Panther. Gets the pack out instead. Not a bad idea there either. Allies certainly taking a bit of beating here from the Germans now. Pin machine on the Panther moving up the west side here again, fighting here for the western victory point and the western fuel. Good place there by Thoton, more and more aggressive there and more flanking. Wunderbar.
We're losing a capture point.
A Kennerton tank is coming in the centre. Panther good to go. What is he planning? He's also moving for tier 4. Could it be a Panther? Could it be a Sturmpanzer? It's blasting away at something. Looks like he's trying to catch stuff in the base. Or he's hoping there's something here. Hard to say. Breakthrough for Thoton. We got Panzerfusiliere. Getting rid of that mortar, at least attempting to. And we got breakthrough. Quick line to decap territory there. Nice choice there by Thoton. When he finally gets going, he at least does something with it. And oh dear, we got air reconnaissance that's going to combine with the artillery strike here. I think actually calling him both of the artillery strikes on, is that just me? Oh, they're calling in one here on the Schwerpanzer quarters and then another on the howitzer. That's some pretty clever using just one air reconnaissance move, just calling in 2 artillery strikes, one to try and take out the Schwerpanzer, one to take out the howitzer. Howitzer is definitely gone. Quick rebuilding, but we got the Schwerpanzer quarters down to half health, so quickly a bit rough here. Firefly moving up, back up at the centre. We got the Panther and the Panther going here for the Firefly. Jackson is the moving up to back it up here. Stark and Sully fighting together. Hearts are still being built up there for Fireandterror. Panther needs to be careful. They're getting flanked by the Centaur. We're there for Pack 45 back to the Jackson. This sadly misses. Allies keeping up the pressure. Infantry, armour, all just slowly pushing back the Germans as the centre line is battling. Okay, most need to be fall out of there. We got a line from gun also in a bad spot. Nice hits on the Firefly, and there you go. Panzer 4 finish it off. Then nice save by Fireandterror. Leaving the Allies now just with the Jackson tanks. We got the Mortar moving up into the 9 kills, better than 2. Schwerpanzer quarters and dying repairs, but I think he's going to try and destroy it. Finish off with the Mortar tank, and he gets it. Quite a blow there to Thoton, whose now other options going to be either a King Tiger or a Yak Tiger.
Points are down to 300.
Either which will be interesting choices. Rife and Jackson fighting around the centre here, Mortar being slowly hauled back. We got a munitions cache up in here from Sully, probably to feed more artillery strikes and other abilities. But managed to stop. We got the house ring down here around the centre concentration of infantry for Sully. However, that does not seem to make much of an impact so far. Well, at least he's not just firing blindly. Ooh, almost got a wipe there, but not quite, not quite. And we got assault artillery here in the same sector. That seems a bit like oversaturation to me, but who knows? Could still work out there if the Allies don't quite realise what's going on. In particular, Sully's Mortar and Major is a bit too close to the victory or point here, which could mean they get caught by it. He seems to realise what's going on there before it's too late. Gets the Mortar out of the way. Either way, that sector is definitely getting hammered. Sturmpanzer on the way there for Fireandterror, help deal with any allied infantry and some tank weapons, leaving Thoton for now to deal with the armour. with double anti-tank guns out here from the start, that could actually be a pretty good choice, since the Sturmpanzer are going to be pretty handed in with that alongside the howitzer. In the east, Panthers wall being assaulted by the Jackson. Bazooka fire as well, going to move forwards. And we got another Stuka bomb strike. I think he was trying to catch the mortar there with it, but Sully was just a bit too fast. I didn't accidentally pull in his Jackson into the end, and Jackson got too slow then. Instead got caught up by the Panther and the Pack 40, destroying Sully's Jackson. So he's got another one out already, so it's not going to be quite as catastrophic as it always could have been. Victory points wise, both sides of the play incredibly close. 266 was 269. Punches in the far here, we got a line gun blasting away as well. Mechanized Regiment looks like here Thoton is going to be aiming for the King Tiger, then the Königstiger. That here was the Major, blasted apart though by artillery fire. And what will Stark aim for next? More Fireflies, Comets, Crocodiles? I mean, Crocodile. It's the most likely bet in there. Goes Sturmpanzer versus Raffen over the fuel point. Rendering it neutral, but poor Bob does get obliterated there by 150mm high explosive shell. And the West Panther finding out that's the center, staying wary of any anti-tank guns, which could theoretically shred the Panther if he's not careful. Center here versus the Panzer Fusilier. In the east, we got Panzer Grenadier here with a Sturmpanzer, dealing with another interloping rifle squad. Fireandterror did lose the Panzer Force. We'll have to see what he replaced with. And we got us motion down here, probably to back up Mr. Thoton. Or did he use it for reconnaissance purposes? I think he used it for reconnaissance in this case. Otherwise, I don't think he'd called in the smoke directly in his own howitzer. Oh my god, what is it? It's a Luftwaffe. Ach, scheiße, not again. Again? Yeah. This is the third time this week. Idiots just keep dropping smoke on us. Troops moving ahead here. We got the Jackson moving about here, roaming about like a predator, looking for tanks to crack apart and eat the innards. It's just the tank destroyer. Sturmpanzer going for straight for the captain, blasting her apart. RT, I think, trying to take out some supporting weapon. Not getting. I'm not entirely sure what he's aiming for because the mortar half figured it's something else, but it does not seem to be super successful there for Fireandterror and the rest of the Panzer. Thoton getting ever closer to the King Tiger or the Yak Tiger, whatever it is. The King Tiger seems much more likely. There's always room for surprises. And the fast Poltava Panthers moving up here, flashing out some of Sully's infantry. Those getting up for something. It looks like he's going to try and block off flanking there from the armour. Worried about anything just sneaking up there. Sadly though, Fireandterror, not other Thoton has been big on armoured flanks as such. Still, never hurts to make sure your opponent can't pull it off if you're worried about it. Punts are going to be watching over here, ambushed up. Trenched machine gun, 6-pounder gun moving up as well, just to expose the Kedmeth and help get it flushed out. We'll have to see what Fireandterror ends up next. Panzer there, firing back, getting off some good kills there with assault rifle, and of course the ambush camouflage bonus should not be taken lightly. Quickly we're able to drop a few rifle just but there you go, Centaur to the rescue. Lots of stuff bunched up here. Nice target for the howitzer, and does seem to be exactly where Fireandterror is directing it. Far west point here been grabbed back by the Sturmpionierer. Big 2 pounds whilst the Germans have a small even got another sword through here, and there go direct hit by the Centaur from the howitzer. 6-pounder guns of course have to move out as well. So much artillery though on just this small piece of territory. Just moving up the east side, back here, Sturmpanzer moving about. Fireandterror ever close to the Panther. That is indeed what he's planning at. Always room for surprises. Could go for a pair of Stooks instead. My God, Thoton went for the Yak Tiger. I repeat, ladies and gentlemen, we got a Yak Tiger. Good God. Fun fact, when they were initially forming Yak Tiger crews, there was some issues actually getting enough crews. They actually used Tiger tank crews to help form up the Yak Tiger crews, and the problem was they weren't quite used to firing assault guns, you know, style like the Yak Tiger, and so they had become worse than the ones they had pulled in from, say, Yak Panther crews. So a little fun fact there about it. A little fun fact. Sturm Panzer in the Campbell in zone. It's going to be rather than a bad spot. It's going to need a Panther. Fireandterror floating a lot of manpower. Could consider some fuel casualties to assist him and his teammate with more armour. Panther quickly blitzing out of there. Yak Tiger moving ahead with his 128mm gun. Oh dear, getting spotted there by the Firefly. Shots fired. One penetrates the Yak Tiger's armour. Another penetrates as well from the Firefly this time around. And far up north, we've got the Jacks moving about here. Panther they're firing it off here for the fatherland. Pack joining in to get the Panther out of there. Fear might be dead soon enough. Yak Tiger going down to half of not going to get that Thoton's armour. Fireandterror not going for that Panther. He probably should be doing that. The R's are getting very bullish around the centre there. Pushing forwards aggressively. Howards are gone again to Fireandterror. Most likely another series of artillery strikes. Yes, indeed here. Contrary to Federations did the job. Yak Tiger almost down to go to Jackson flanking in. Oh my God, Panther fires back. Veteran T2, Fireandterror going for a Panther of his own finally. Yak Tiger almost down. And Jackson's almost down. Panther moves ahead. Hit it. Oh, it misses the Yak Tiger and the Panther gets it. Sully, understandably not quite pleased with that turn of events. Panthers there pushing back the Captain and the Rifleman, backed up by some Grenadiers. Jackson number something away in there for Sully. Panther almost down to his Fireandterror, actually really short on both stuff. Should probably give him a place in some of those losses with all that manpower. Nice stockpile ahead. There you go, Panther arrives. That's 2 Panthers for the Germans, 1 for each player. There we go, Lighting Gun was unable to get away in time there. Now the Allies are running off with it. Look at this! It's a German artillery piece. Good Lord, you're right. Yes, look at it. It's funny. Oh, you're right. You can move out the guns. You're like that. I didn't know that. Around the centre victor point, we got Grenadiers with his rifle. Rifle moving up. Could pop a grenade against the Grenadiers if they actually need it. But there you go. Just to make sure. Murder those Krauts extra hard. But here you go. The Sturmpanzer with the bigger boom. Shattering the cover and a couple of Americans in the process. 14 kills close to 2 Panther. More Panzer as well here for Fireandterror. So good. Panther backing up in the east. Now the Jackson out there flying around in the field. West side there. Sully's digging in. Noting he has not had time to go for the Crocodile. And there's certainly been no signs of any Comets or regular Churchills. More packs though for Fireandterror. Jackson running about. What's the damage so far? Thoton so far has been doing most, but he's on hand and suffering more, killing less. Fireandterror has been doing better there. As for Sully, suffering more, killing less. Brits in the hand a bit more reverse there. Admittedly, we're just going to focus hard on the artillery arc and amongst those issues to an extent, but of course, it's still doing pretty good work. But just statistically, it's going to be less apparent how much good he's doing, since he's focusing a lot more on indirect stuff. Rather than just, you know, lots of men with lots of guns. Well, he does have a bunch of men with guns, it's still not quite upset his men. If he's upgraded all the Viersons with brown lap machine guns as well. Sully clearly loves himself some guns. Panther moving in, Penlock's getting ready, Pack there could get wiped out, but the Captain's going to certainly suffer and pay the price for it as the Panther just lays it down here with Deutschland. There you go, push the back of the Captain. Gunner's backing up. We got this Jackson moving up here. Pack 40 shoots. Panther could also take it out here, at least assist. Misses the Jackson though. Jackson does not. We got the Firefly backing up, so we need to pull back. The Panther needs to get up some armored support here. Yachty good to go finally here for Thoton. Panther down to half health. He should get that Panther the devil out of there. They does try to sneak an extra hit there on the Firefly. He does succeed, but it was pretty risky there for Fireandterror. Smoke shrimps off in the center, most likely from Sully to obfuscate things. Yup. I'm not entirely sure which of the mortars that's doing. Oh! It's the light infantry gun that's doing it. It starts light infantry gun. Panthers doing what they can, but they're getting murdered in the process, which is not really useful. Yaktiga providing some sort of covering fire. They're trying to find the allied tanks to blow them apart. Brutal fighting in the center. We got. Oh! He's firing the supporting fire there to just try and blast apart the allied infantry in the center here. Sturmpanzer providing covering fire as well here. Lots of big guns just laying down the law of the Third Reich. Sturmpanzer with the 17 kills of the Kedner are wiped out. Both sides are just employing so much artillery of some sort or the other. 19 kills on the Sturmpanzer, right flank being exposed here. We got machine gun bugs up to defend the eastern victory point. Very good move there, I think, by Fireandterror. Firefly hanging back. Centaur there, closing in Retinue 3. Troop ceiling reinforcing. There we go, good hit from the Yaktiga on the Firefly. Veterancy 1 gained, opening up for a few extra rounds for the supporting fire. Panther following up, not trying to get the Firefly, a bit risky, and almost got it, but not quite. Center moving up the right flank, Panther was exposed. We got Pack 42 res able support, but can't quite. No, we don't. Does get the hit, knocks out Stark Centaur. He's now up to double Fireflies. Looks like the crocodile is at this stage merely a dream within a dream. Not entirely sure where the Stuka bomb drop went down though, like something got theoretically bombed, but with all the explosions going off, it's hard to hear where it went and hard to see where it went. It's just like, you know, good lord, they got torn apart. Everybody's getting torn apart, Henry. There's not much we can do about it. Happy dealing with the echelons, slowly approaching veteran to 1 there, cutting apart those silly Yankees. Ericon's out from Sully, probably looking for another nice artillery target. He's calling in on the Yaktiga and the mechanized Rangers to unite a repair spot here for the Germans. Nasty play there by Stark and Sully. Good teamwork though, good teamwork. Plus the way its position also makes it hard for the Germans to move through, which kind of uses the associated main arterial road, so it just has an additional element to it. Sturmpanzer there, very slowly approaching and fleeing the east cap here with infantry support pushing back the captain. More infantry in there from Fireandterror, up to 4 squads, very good, nice selection there. And in the far west we've got Thoton's Panther moving about, who seems to be setting up for a straight punted quarters, probably have to defend some points. It's that is pretty much, except the mechanized regiment headquarters could be lost and just wants to get another one ready. Fireandterror moving up infantry though, not being supported by the Panther. The Sturmpanzer feels a bit awkward. They probably should be backing up the infantry a bit more. Probably could give them a bit more punch. Pulling up here, they're catching the mortar and some of the support say off guard. Could force retreat, which could open up for some other elements here from say Thoton. The rest of the Fireflies are operating together. Panther there, needs to pull back. That is way too risky there, I think, there for Thoton. Way too risky. He does seem to pull it back here. Yaktiga is slowly rolling ahead. Artillery firing down the mean we got a howitzer out here. In this case, it's the priest for Sully. So much artillery just in this map. I mean, Sully is clearly fond of artillery. He's got a thing for guns of the big kind. And we got breakthrough attacks again here from Thoton, capture and harass territory there. Big 2 points whilst the Germans still have a lead, but it's certainly not a big lead. It's a moderate yet modest lead. And we got more attempts at using supporting fire. There you go, pushing back one of the squad as they do not wish to have any sort of do with a 120mm high explosive shell. So many explosions though, so many craters. At this rate, it won't be too long before someone begin mistaking this map for the moon and begin asking me, like, for some reason they dropped in, like, halfway through because they couldn't be bothered watching the first, like, hey Dane, when did they add a moon map to the game? I'm like, it's a Poltava, dude. It's Poltava. Panthers super close to Veteran 3. Mechanized regiment being repaired. Panthers there on watch, using ambush camouflage and a bit of other bits to push back the counter alongside the Panther. Close to Veterans 1. Moira Convene got in from here from Fireandterror so much. And we got a Panzer out here from him. The artillery just never ends, does it? Jagdtiger there firing away, close to the approaching Veteran 2 Sturm Panzer firing away as well. Like, if the regiment get the Jagdtiger close enough, he might be able to just one-shot the mortar after, which would be of quite a help there for the Germans. Panther moving forwards. Supremely close to Veteran 3 right here on the Jagdtiger by the howitzer. Puts them moving here, trying to clear out the line between gun. Big push here from the Germans, possibly. There you go, Jagdtiger finding covering fire. Very close to 52, almost got the Firefly there. Jackson moving out, flanking the Jagdtiger, of course, exposed himself to the evil eye of the Jagdtiger. Fulton's almost obliterated by artillery fire. They're just throwing everything they got at the Germans to stop the advance. But will it work? Direct hit on the Jackson by the Jagdtiger. Jagdtiger super close to 52, Panther super close to 53, still hasn't reached it. Almost getting the Jackson there, but he gets away. Oh, he doesn't like to get away. Panther shoots and takes out the Jacksons. Assault here to try and break up once more the Allies and strong point here around the south centre. They use it a lot, so it's not a bad spot to call in here. Panther pulling too far ahead there. Fireandterror exposed himself. Oh, he's blitzing away. He's using the smoke they've provided by the wreckage there to pull away the Panther and almost got away, but the Firefly took it out. 87 versus 209, artillery just raining down, hitting things left and right, whereas the mortar crew just doesn't care as just the world explodes around them. There we go, direct hit killing one of the mortar gunners. 6 Panther guns, machine gun carrying the center, we got a Panther barrage off. Finishing off the mortar permanently, another Panther there for Fireandterror. Thoton. Panthers in repairs, the Jagdtiger is also getting it, but it's also getting blasted out. He could try and take out the 6 Panther guns with the supporting fire ability. Shots just keep bouncing off the Jagdtiger's thick frontal armour. Sturm Panzer joining in. Panther almost done. There we go, wiped. And these Panthers remaining there on watch to defend for Germany. Panthers there, close to being shredded, but the Sturm Panthers underneath each part just squashing the Allied infantry. So almost got them there. Panthers heading out in the west. We got a bit of movement there. We got infantry covering up here on the trench. Panthers about to flank here. Very good play. And there you go. Veteran fleet on the Panther. Increasing its mobility and its rate of fire, making a much more lethal opponent for the Allies to deal with. Grenadiers running up machine gun as well here. And the grenades are good often enough. In the east, we got Panthers here. Bun grenades, so not just regular grenades. He could pop off a bun grenade to try and hit the Americans. And we got an artillery strike off somewhere. Probably got those Panthers moving close to support here. In the centre, the fighting continues, and there you go. Straight on the centre victor point, denying it to the Germans for some time. Almost got the Firefly, but the Firefly doesn't survive everything, and the other one has to get out of there because that won't resist much either. Centering about here, half health could get Panther fausted. The crazy bloodletting just continues. We are closing in on 50 minutes of a match, which means we might not be too far from an actual hour at this rate. More Jacksons here for Sully, but he's gone for 2 priests. He really loves this artillery. But he sort of needs to be careful, doesn't need to go too hard on it. Since you do need something for artillery support for it to work, and you can't just rely on his teammate to do all the pushing there in that sense. Panther barrage off. 6 kills in total. Got some damage in there, some sappers blown to bits. There you go, Panthers moving up here. Defending the fuel point against the Allies. Suddenly a brutal fight here. We got the Jagdtiger firing away. 12 kills, good hit there, taking out a 6-pounder gun entirely. Units dropping bazookas, they're getting slowly cut to ribbons. Panthers joining up here. Might be the Germans preparing for a really big push. We got Allied armor and tank destroyers. They're just moving up, ready to just respond to such an armor assault. There you go, Panther catching the Firefly there. Gains veteran G4, increasing its accuracy when it's standing still. And veteran 5's accuracy actually gets better when it's moving as well. Panther moving up, dealing with the rifle. Looks like he's split up the Panthers. Quickly need to get the Sturmpanzer in up here with all the infantry. 50 points left for the Allies, pushing through the centre on the 5 machine guns. Got the Jagdtiger there. Sturmpanzer moving up to sort of thwart this effort. Plus, of course, Allied artillery, Allied smoke just raining down to obfuscate the German defenders. Units being wiped out. And there you go, big push from the Allies in the east. Firefly, Jackson, infantry, forcing their Thoton to respond, pulling in the Panther. Jagdtigers all coming in to assist to deal with this Allied armoured assault. Again, as all this is happening in the east, though, we got them in the west here, trying to grab the victory point there. Panther immediately down to less than half health as encounters the tank destroyers. Sturmpanzer ace level, 34 kills. This is just insane. In the far west, got folks dealing with the machine gun out maneuvering. Very good play there by Thoton as everything else is going. He still has the time to do that. Jackson under fire from the Jagdtiger, but the Jagdtiger spectacularly misses. Breakthrough tactics again, very good choice there by Thoton, very much so again. Quickly cuts the points off, of course, allows him to jump faster. Eastern points are being taken, they need to get them something to assist, but it's only quite tricky at the moment. Firefly, or Jagdtiger is still veteran to not moving much faster there. Panther repositioning, Panther need repairs, so much is in need of repairs for the Germans. Just moving ahead here, Sturmpanzer opening up, landing a nice hit, almost wiping up the echelons. Sturmpanzer dealing with the echelons. And the Panthers have got taken out here by Jackson rushing straight in. And the right flank is collapsing too fast here. Fireandterror needs to be more mindful of it. And he currently is. Got the Panthers moving up to deal with the Jackson. That should be quickly taken care of. Here with the almost ace level Panther. There goes Jackson down. Sully did extend a bit too much, got punished, but still got the Panther there for Jagdtiger. Trying to push back the Firefly here. Ace Panther moving up, should assist, do the job. Sadly the Jagdtiger was too far to the next support, but the Ace Panther, oh there we go, it wasn't, and the Ace Panther should be able to finish off, taking out another tank destroyer, leaving Sully now with just one Firefly again. This is absolute carnage. So much happening all the time. So many casualties just piling up. So much artillery. Thoton's Panther is almost at the ace level. Bit of movement east. We got the captain rushing in there. Panther being flanked by the bazooka team to be careful. Needs to be careful. Particularly now needs to just get out of there. Oh, he might lose the Panther here. Shot bounced off the armor there, possibly thanks to the veterans Jagdtiger moving up. And there you go. Captain versus the Punchman is the ace level, and of course the ammo camouflage lamp quick cut down the captain. Firefly down to half health. The Jagdtiger moves ahead. Halfway to veterans C3. Grenade attempt on the anti-tank, and Jagdtiger falling a bit back further. Panther and Dynamite repairs. Everything again isn't just Dynamite repairs. Everything. So many explosions, so much death, and now we got white phosphorus just further soft knock the German defense. We got 40 versus 159. This is just getting more brutal and more crazy by the moment. 36 on the Sturmpanzer, another Panzer here for Fireandterror reactions there. Most of the squad gone in the blink of an eye. Sturmpanzer just lasers down for Germany. He's just firing blindly hoping to catch something. Can't see anything because of the smoke, but he's just hoping it hits something. In the west we got Thoton moving up the Panzer facility backed up by support weapons so they can muster. And here we got Jackson flanking the Sturmpanzer. Ugh, just nutty stuff. Need to flush out that trench. We got machine gun there opening up as well in the center point. They've been grabbed. Sturmpanzer moving up. There we go. Another Panzer out for Fireandterror. And we have hit the 50-minute mark. Good God. Again, of Lanzagutti in the center. White phosphorus again. Yak Tiger's not receiving any repairs as every other vehicle is basically getting prioritized over Thoton's Yak Tiger. But there you go, Farflow moves ahead. Might be fact moved too far ahead there. Almost got taken out there by the Yak Tiger, which would have been might actually hit that should be 3. 33 buses on front, 150 feet in the east. We got Panthers being pushed back by a swarm of Allied infantry. But there we go, super close quarters. Panthers about to take out the captain, and oh! It works, wiping the poor bastard. Well played there by Fireandterror. Units in the center being hammered with even more copious amounts of artillery. Almost Ace Panther moving about. Yak Tiger being repaired finally. Sturmpanzer with 40 kills. Firing blindly there. Not responding to the reasons on the right flank. Sully fire here trying to take out the mechanized regiment, and it works. In EC Jackson also moving ahead. Does he get another Panzerwerfer? Yes, indeed he does. Fireandterror needs to be more mindful of his right flank. As clearly Sully has seen a weakness there. And there you go, Panther moving up, ace level finally. But it's also down to half health almost. But there you go, bounces a shot from the Firefly. Good light here for Thoton. And that's just starting to look like a mass grave. .43 kills. Yeah, the mass grave just keeps getting further and further filled up with bodies. Major wiped out. Another Panther here for Fireandterror. 32 points left. 50 kills in the Sturmpanzer. 50 kills. In siege. Clearly the German players are great believers in that. Certainly casualty wise it's only going upwards. Mortar here, Howard Mortar with 23 kills, Priest here with 24 and the other with 7. Ace Panther moving up, Sturm Panther moving up, Yak Tiger moving up here. Other Panthers could provide supporting as well for the Ace Panther. And artillery strike at the right time could also be quite devastating with the stupid bombing strikes. There you go, almost got the Jackson, almost got the Jackson's a big push here, it's a big push. Good way of being all in. Yak Tiger though is not quite keeping pace, partly due to the smoke, but there you go, shoots attack grounds I think. And we got smoke bombs off here. It would be a nice I think pop for a Stuka bombing strike. And the Sturmpanzer went down, his sights were lost at the Fireandterror. There you go. Sounds like it's going off somewhere, though I'm not entirely sure where. I'm assuming here that could be wrong. It was by the Western Victory Point. Interesting. Basically rendering it neutral and just help keeping up, bleeding out the Allies. The clever move there by Fireandterror. Bit out of the box thinking, but you can use Stuka bombing strike to extra into Victory Point neutral. In fact, a 1-1 match by it, though that was by my German opponent calling in his own point. Which is a bit awkward. There you go, Panther moving in. He almost got the Jackson. There you go. Jackson goes down, leaving all the artillery open here to Fireandterror. Really bad development here. Really bad development for Sully. All of his artillery's exposed. They're down to 9 points as well. Priest down. Priest down as the ace. Priest Panther gaining eventually 2. Couldn't get the ambulance. Firefly down. Yak Tiger super close, expecting 3 other Panther moving up here. And there you go. GG. Ambulance kaput. Couldn't get another priest here, and there you go. Stark and Sully surrenders. An absolutely bloody match here with heavy casualties on both sides. In the end, casualties probably somewhere around the 600 to 700 range. An absolute bloodbath of quite sizable proportions. Thoton did most of the damage to the tanks, whereas Thoton did most of the infantry killing. The Alice in that sense was a bit closer, though Sully paid a pretty high price for in the end. He suffered some severe infantry loss. An absolutely brutal match there at times. They probably could have flanked more, and I think Fireandterror at times was a bit too, calm there with his right flank situation was something that Sully was quite good at exploiting. So some nice work. There could also have been more mines, I think, from both sides to try and slow down the other side from doing anything. And I think Sully would have benefited from the regular tanks or something else, maybe some Scots instead of all these priests. That way just keep up more, shall we say, active pressure. But an absolute bloodbath right here in Poltava. So I hope you enjoyed this match. I hope you learned something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it. This is Imperial Dancing. Cheers. Thank you for watching. You're all a wonderful audience. Hope to see you all tomorrow again for a nice hunting episode. Bye.